Hey folks, I'm Ted Cantu, and today we're joined with Jerry Norton from Equity Services. Jerry,
Glad to be here.
thank you for coming on my show today. This is the first part of a series, folks. We're going to be showing you how to get some really great investment properties in downtown Detroit and the Metro Detroit area. Jerry's a specialist in what he does, and he's doing some phenomenal things. And tell us a little about what you do.
Okay. Well, yeah, right now, Ted, it's a great opportunity in Detroit and in the real estate investing arena. There's some great things going on here in Detroit. In fact, there are investors coming from all over the country and outside of the country. UK,
Really?
China.
Wow.
And they're coming here into
They're
Detroit.
coming here to Metro Detroit.
And they're buying properties here.
That's amazing.
And so this market we're in right now is just a very amazing opportunity for investors to come in here and pick up investment properties for bargain prices.
Wow.
And so what we do is we help these investors that are coming in here, non-local investors, acquire these properties, get them renovated, get tenants in them, and we call this whole process a turnkey process. And so what we do essentially is we buy these properties from the banks. They're distressed properties. We buy them for bulk, we buy them for cash, and then we come in with our crews and we fully renovate these properties. Then we set the property management in place, we get the tenants in place, and then we sell these properties to investors who are looking to put their money in this market.
That's incredible. And folks, for those who know about the real estate market in Michigan, it's been pretty sketchy, but Jerry has done some phenomenal things. And when he talks about doing some renovation to his properties, it's dramatic. I mean, it's amazing what you do.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, if you look at some of our before and after pictures, there's quite a transformation that goes on.
Let's take a look at some of these before and after pictures. I remember the one with the basement you were showing me.
Yeah, this one here, this is 344 Prospect, and this property here was in pretty rough shape, and we went through with our crews and we did everything on this property. I mean, as you can see, if you look at some of these before and after pictures, siding, windows, furnace, plumbing, almost all new drywall, carpet, paint.
And look at the after shot. What Jerry's crew has done. It's absolutely incredible. You can't even tell it's the same property.
Yeah, we really pride ourselves on our rehabs. In fact, the number one thing that sets us apart from other investors is our rehabs, and we really go all out. I mean, we put in all new electrical, hardwired smoke detectors. When we sell these properties to an investor, the idea here is this thing's going to be virtually maintenance-free for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so that's the real benefit to what we do, is we help these investors that want to put their money in this market, and we help them get in a property that's in a good neighborhood, and that's a fully renovated property, and we've got great property managers that then will handle the tenants, and it becomes a real smooth process for these investors.
That's really great. Now, Jerry, we were talking a little before the show, and we mentioned that sometimes investors will buy a property in Detroit just because it's a good deal, but then they don't realize they're going to be moving into a really hard location.
Yeah, there's a lot of publicity right now in Detroit. There's a lot of these investors that are coming in here. They're seeing these phenomenal prices in these Detroit properties, and they just, I call it the cheat factor. So they come in here and they say, wow, I can't pass up on this, I'm going to buy this property. But what they don't realize is they have to be very careful of where they're buying that property and then what needs done on that property before you can even get a tenant in it. And so a lot of these investors, they really struggle. They come in, they don't really know the areas, and then they don't really have a handle on what it's going to take to get that property rent ready. Mm-hmm. And so, when you buy one of our properties, we only invest in good properties. We don't do 2 bedrooms or small square footage. The idea here is that someday when the market rebounds, there'll be some great resale value on these homes. And we invest in areas that are good rental markets. And like I said, we go all out on our rehabs. So it makes for a great opportunity for an investor.
Wow, that's really fantastic. And we'll be having some more clips here showing you some of Jerry's work, because it really is phenomenal. And what these guys can do for these properties is just, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Ted, how we got started with this is, in the first of '07, when the market really started to dive, across the country, the real estate market started to dive. I was a local investor here in the Detroit area, and I had a California investor contact me and say, man, I really want to get into this market right now. And so I helped him find some properties. And then he said, well, I'd like to get some more properties, but I'm having trouble getting these things renovated and rented. So then I said, well, let me help you out here. We'll get these things ready. And then this same investor, he started saying, well, I got friends, I got family, I know other investors out here. They all want to get some of these properties too. And so this investor, Joe Traficante, now my partner, that's where Equity Services was born. And so we started putting these properties together, packaging them in a way to where another investor can look at this, he can see the cash flow, he can see the renovation that was done, and it's just a sound investment for these investors to come in and buy these. Since then, that was January of 2007, since then we've sold about 150 of these properties to investors.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's, we've been real busy with it, and we've got pretty good following, and we've got a real good system down now. We've really perfected this system of buying these things, renovating them, getting the renters in them, and selling these to investors.
That's incredible. Now, do you have a website that we can go to and check out this?
Yeah, definitely. You want to go here to www.equityservicesllc.com. And the neat thing about our website, Ted, is you go on there and we've got a lot of information for each property. So you can really get a good idea of what this property looks like, because we've got picture slideshows, and we even do a renovation slideshow. And what I mean by that is we take all our pictures beforehand, and then we take the same angle shot when we're complete with the rehab, and you can really see the transformation. And so, here's a few examples. If you look up here, you'll see, here's what it looked like before, here's what it looks like now. Our investors really love this because they see what went into this property, and they see that, wow, this thing really is in a tip-top shape. And, we've worked with a lot of investors. I mean, you could check out some of our testimonials that people really like these properties that they're getting. In fact, it's funny, I had a conversation with my carpet contractor the other day, and he's a pretty big carpet installer, and he does work for hundreds of investors. And he told me, he says, Jerry, by far, I've been in a lot of homes putting in carpet, and by far your properties are the nicest I've seen.
Wow.
So that was a real compliment. We really appreciated that from him. And
that's great.
Yeah.
That's really, really great. Well, you did some phenomenal things, and you're going to want to check out that website, folks, because it's absolutely amazing what they're doing here in Detroit.
Yeah, and another thing, too, that you'll find on the website is for each property we have a financial analysis, and it's a PDF. You can click on it, and it'll pull it up. It'll tell you what the rents are. It'll tell you if you finance this property, what your principal and interest payment, your insurance, your taxes, all of it gives you a real good idea. It shows you what your return on investment will be. In fact, we give away this spreadsheet. It's a financial analysis tool, and we give this away for free. It's all formulated so that all you need to do is punch in the numbers, and it'll calculate everything out for you. And so if you go to our homepage, you can opt in and give us your email and your contact information, and we'll send that to you. And so it's a great tool we give away. We have another tool we give away, and it's a rental tracking spreadsheet. And this is real nice. It's just a real simple way of you can keep track of all your rental properties, your income and expenses, and it'll tally it all up, and it'll give you a year-end, year-to-date accounting of your rental property. We also give that away to investors. So we're constantly trying to give away good value on our website and for our properties. Most of our investors, they have a third-party inspection done. So an inspector will come out and inspect our properties. We've got no problem with that. Bring them out. We'd love to have them come through our properties because we really pride ourselves on it being a great property.
Wow, very cool. Well, folks, you heard it here first. Jerry, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
And folks, you want to check out that website. He's got some phenomenal things on there for investors. And Jerry, do you have an 800 number really quick?
Yeah, we sure do. It's 888-412, and I forgot the last part.
It's on here, folks. We'll put it on there.
All right, here it is.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks.
All right.